The Lanark Airshow Centenary Committee was set up a few years ago by two very interested historians, Ed Archer and Dr. Brian East. They thought it would be a criminal neglect to ignore the fact that Lanark hosted the first Scottish International Airshow 100 years ago in August 1910. The committee was formed to do something to commemorate that event.
The major air festivals generally were held on racecourses. There was no suitable racecourse in southern Scotland apart from Lanark from the point of view of weather and communications. It was the third international air show in the whole world. Invitations were sent out and people came from 10 different countries. There were over 200,000 visitors to Lanark.
I find it amazing that Lanark, a small town at that time of about 5,000 of a population, had the guts to actually mount an international airshow at a time that was only 6.5 years after the first powered flight in America by the Wright brothers. Now that is amazing.
The long-term effect was fairly minimal in a way because Lanark didn't develop into an airport. The most important ramification was the fact that there were two people from the military there. These two gentlemen decided that it would be a good idea to make a recommendation to the army that they should purchase aircraft. So it can be said that the RAF developed Lanark.
When it became apparent that we weren't going to be able to have a celebratory air show, we turned our ideas to having another way of celebrating the air show. And the suggestion was made that we should have a monument. We had a call for artists, and the winning group were from Ratho Byres Forge in Edinburgh. Now they are artist blacksmiths, and they came up with a stunning design.
We do all sorts of bespoke ironwork, metalwork, ranging from public art to domestic. We are trying to give the planes a real feel and resemblance to the three aircraft they're based upon. The actual manufacture of the work we're hoping to achieve in 3 months. We have a deadline for the end of October for the opening, obviously, and so far everything's going to plan. In the workshop we're working on the completion of the Blériot aircraft, which is 95% there, a little bit of work to do on the tail. Another of the guys is working on some of the more detailed items for the aircraft, the undercarriages, the engine blocks, propellers, so that as we assemble the actual body of the aircraft, all these other smaller elements, which actually are often the more time-consuming parts, can be applied on. We also have the column, which arrived earlier this week, and we're going to have to do some finishing work on that. Although it's all constructed, there's a lot of finishing, cleaning of the surface, cleaning of the joints. So that will be getting done. Some of that's starting today and carrying on over next week. So far as the project is progressing, it's all looking really, really good. Can't wait to see it all put together and on site.
On the 30th of October 2010, we will have our grand unveiling event for the statue. We've been lucky to receive the services of the RAF from Lookers for this event. The Lookers Pipe Band is coming along, and the Air Commodore from Lookers is going to perform the actual ceremony.
I think the sculpture marks a tremendous gateway to Lanark and reminds us all of, for those of us involved in aviation, from where we originally came, from the precarious box kites of 100 years ago to the wonderful air vehicles of today. So that leaves me only to offer my congratulations to Mrs. Russell and her committee for a job very well done. Congratulations.
I'm very relieved to see it up finally. Very pleased with how it looked. The installation went pretty much according to plan. The weather on the day wasn't 100% ideal, but a little bit windy, but we got by. So all in all, it went as well as I thought it would go.
I think it will put Lanark on the map when you get photographs in newspapers and magazines. In years to come, people will say, "Oh, I've seen that, that's at Lanark." So it will have an identity. It will give Lanark an identity.
Some of it you do knowing that it's not going to be there very long, and other pieces you do hoping that it will be there for a great time to come. I sincerely hope that this lasts the course. There's no reason with a little bit of care and maintenance in the future that it shouldn't be here for 50 to 100 years quite happily. If it's gone before I am, I'll be somewhat dismayed. Hopefully it will still be here once I'm well away. So.